Now, question 3. An architect is designing a roof on a building. The cross section is shown in the diagram. Point D is vertically below A. لأن هنا A و D تمام. Yes, BC and FE are 3 meters and CD is 5. So first, let's write the numbers that we have here. So BC and FE are 3 meters. BC و FE يعني هذا 3 وهذا 3 تمام. Now, CD is 5. CD is 5. So this one is 5 meters. تمام. Now let's cover the area down so we can work. تمام. Here, covering. Yes, this one. Just make it white. Now, the question says what? It says A, the gradient of AB is 0.8. أنا عندي gradient هنا 0.8 اللي هو AB أهو 0.8. So I'm going to write it here. M equals 0.8. تمام? I'll put it here. How high is A above C? How high is A above C? Which is this one. تمام؟ يعني يبقى AD line هذا كلها. تمام؟ Same idea with B. Once we finish this one, we will do B, okay? يبقى first thing we need to find AD. Now first أول حاجة نديروها ضروري نقسم triangle أو this shape into triangles. كيف triangles؟ لأننا باش نقدر نشتغل ضروري نعرف إننا ضروري نقسم إلى triangle هيك بالطريقة هذه. هذا قاعد عندي triangles. هذا triangle وهذا triangle. Now this one is 3 معناها هذا حتى هو 3. اللاين هذا اللي لو طاح حيكون 3. هيك هذا يساعدني إننا شنو؟ أيوه اننا نجيب the rest of the line باش نعرف A دي كلها كم. معناها هذا 3 معناته بنجيب من A لعند هن. اللاين هذا باش نجيبها انا اذا كان هذا 5 معناها حتى هذا اللي فوق 5 هو معناه ان بنجيب اللاين هذا اللي هو الرايز اوف ذس 5. يبقى انا عندي الرن هنا وعندي الرايز اللي هو هذا نبيه وعندي الجريدينت اللي هو 0.8 0.8. So now I'm gonna use the formula اللي هي شو تقول M equals هيكون عندي rise over run rise over run. تمام هنستخدم القانون هذا rise over run. Let's do it here. I'll put a box on it like this. Yes تمام 100. Now I have the run, I have the gradient, I need the rise. تمام the gradient هو 0.8. it means 0.8 equals 0.8 equals rise, which I don't know, so I'm going to write rise like this over the run اللي هي كم؟ اللي هي 5 meters. تمام اللي هي 5. Good. Now I'm going to put the line here. Good. Now, because this one is divided by 5, I'm going to take the 5 to the other side by multiplying. هنشيلها للسايد الآخر multiplying. تمام؟ هتكون like this. 5 multiplied here. تمام؟ So I end up with what? I'll end up with rise equals 5 times 0.8. يعني هتكون عندي 5 times 0.8 equals rise. اللي هي أنا نبي أطلعها. تمام؟ And then I multiply 5 times 0.8 and I'll get the rise. Rise equals, so 0.8 times 5 equals 4. معناها rise متاعي 4 meters. And which one is the rise? It's this one from A till this point. So this one is 4. تمام؟ يبقى عرفت ان هذا 4 now. Yeah, good. And the question is asking how high is A above C. يعني الفرق بين C اللي هي لوطة هنا و A اللي هي هن فوق. معناها this the whole line from A to D هيكون 4 plus 3 معناها 4 plus 3 هيكون 7. معناها for question A is going to be 7 meters. 7 meters. هذا بالنسبة ل question A. تمام؟ Good. Now let's move on to the next one, which is B. In B, the gradient of AF is negative 1.25. AF اللي هو 1.25 معناها نكتب gradient m equals 1.25 or negative 1.25. Okay, let's make a space for it. Let's make it here. Yes, we have space. معناها the gradient of this one is negative 1.25 اللي هو AF. وانا عندي الرايز اللي هو 4. تمام. The question says what is the width of the building? The width of the building means what? It means from this point here, يعني من البوينت هذه الويدث كلها من هنا تمام لعند من A من B لعند F. This is the width of the building. Now I know that this is 5. So I need to find this part here اللي هو من البوينت هذه لعند ال F. Same idea, I have the rise, I need to find the run, and I have the gradient. So I'm going to use the same method تمام with which is this one, gradient equals rise over run, and I'm going to find the rest of the width of the building, and then I'm going to add it to the 5. And I do a line here. So we work here. I'm going to follow the same steps here. Gradient equals rise over run. What's the gradient here? It's negative 1.25. Negative 1.25. Now, the meaning of the gradient, which is negative, it means because the line is going down. تمام. في الحسابات عادي نقدر نحول النيجاتيف هذا. تمام. في الأخير لما يجي عندي لينك معناه نحول النيجاتيف لأن مفيش لينك بالنيجاتيف. تمام. So I'm going to use it here and then I'm going to remove it from the length. يبقى minus 1.25 equals اللي هو الجريدينت equals rise over run. هيكون rise over run. تمام. هيك عندي القانون عندي same idea. الرايز بتاعي كم؟ اللي هو 4. معناها بدال الرايز نكتب 4 طول. تمام. والرن ما نعرفش فلذلك نكتب run. Okay. Now after this I'm going to make a line here. Now I need to find the run. To find the run, I need to make the rise alone. I'm going to make the run alone. I'm sorry. So here لما يجي عندي fraction مش هنقدر نشيل الفور من هنا فوق. I have to take what? To take the run first. معناها هناخذ الرن الجهة الأخرى multiplying like this. هناخذها multiplying. معناها هيجي عندي minus 1.25 multiplied by run like this equals 4. تمام. وبعدين في الستيب الاخرى طبعا follow the steps step after another هناخد ال 1.25 اللي هو هذه بما انها multiplied هنشيلها للجهه الاخرى division. So I'm going to take it to this side by dividing. تمام. معناها هيجي عندي run equals 4 اللي هي 4 الاولى هذه this one divide 1 or negative 1.25. تمام. good. Now it's good. Follow the steps you'll do well. خلاص أنا عندي run equals 4 divide 1.25 معناها run equals what? Run equals لما ندير dividing هيكون عندي 4 divide 1.25 هيكون عندي 3.2 and it's going to be negative because this is negative. But as we notice this is a length. Length هيكون positive عمره ما يكون negative length. تمام. length عمره ما يكون negative. ليش؟ لأن length you can't say this is minus 2 meters long because its length is going to be positive. تمام. هنحوله هذه وتجد positive. Now I found the run which is 3.2 اللي هو من هنا لعند هنا. So I'm going to write 3.2 here. And the question is asking for what? It's asking for the whole width of the building. The width of the building, it means, as we said, the green line here, اللي هي من B لعند ال F. من B لعند ال F, it means 5 plus 3.2. 5 plus 3.2 هتجد 8.2. So the answer for this question is 8.2 meters. And this is the idea of this question. I hope you understood it. Now let's move on to another question. Now we're going to do question 4. In question 4 here, draw the graph of 3x plus 5y equals 15 for 0 to 6 and 0 to 6. It means make the x from 0 to 6 and the y from 0 to 6. And when you give numbers, you're going to give them between these numbers, and then what's the gradient of the graph. Now, let me show you this. If the graph asks you to make it in a positive x and a positive y, you can use the method that you learned in drawing graphs by finding the y-intercept and the x-intercept, okay? Y-intercept and the x-intercept. Now, let me show you the idea. كما قلنا نحن هنا نرسم الجريد الأول. Here, we're going to put the grid here. هيكون positive positive كما قلنا. لأن هو they ask you for positive positive. طبعا الطريقة اللي ترسم بيها it's up to you. تبي تستخدم البوكسز تستخدم البوكس اللي هو اللي فيه ال values of x. ولو تبي تستخدم الانترسبتس maybe easier for you. Let's use the intercepts. The intercepts method is easy, in which you have to divide the space like this. Here you're going to find the y-intercept. You can use this method, it's easier. Intercept and copy. Here you're going to find the x-intercept. To find the y-intercept, you're going to say that x equals 0. X equals 0, like this. And to find the x-intercept, it's the opposite, I'm sorry. So y equals 0. Now, by doing this, هتاخد ال x equals 0 هذه, and then you're going to substitute it in the equation. هتاخد ال 0 بتاع ال x وتحطها في equation. يعني الايكويشن عشان هتقعد it's going to be like this. 3 multiplied by 0 اللي هو ال x. بيكمل عقب الايكويشن عادي plus 5y equals 15. تمام؟
Mr.
Yes.
For this question, it's the same as if x is 0, what is y, صح? Because that's how we wrote it in class.
Yes. x is 0 معناها تطلع y. y is 0 طلع x. هيك خلطوها صح؟ Yes, same idea.
Yeah, he said like.
So because x is 0, it means 3 is multiplied by 0 and all of it is 0. Now 5y equals 15. So we write it here. 5y equals 15. And then we're trying to find the value of y. توا نحاول نطلع y. توا here, right? This 5 here is multiplied. So I'm going to take it to the other side by dividing. So it's going to be 15 divide 5. And because I took it, I'm going to remove it from here. So this one is 15 divide 5. It means y equals 3. Y equals 3. This is the first part. Tamam? Now, same idea. I'm going to do it with the x-intercept. Y is going to be 0. So I'm going to use the y here in this equation. I'm going to substitute the y in the equation here. And I'm going to write the equation again. So it's going to be 3x plus 5 multiplied by the 0, which is y, equals 15. Tamam? And because the 5 is multiplied by 0, it means all of it is 0. And then 3x equals 15. So 3x equals 15. Now, the 3 is multiplied, so we're going to take it to the other side by dividing here. So 15 will be divided by 3, like this, okay? And because we took it to the other side, it means we remove it from this side. Okay? Now, we finish this. So x equals 15 over 3. So x equals 5. Huh? Now, after finding the y and the x, now I'm going to put it on the y and the x axis. This is the y axis. This is the x axis. Here. Now, imagine we put points here because it's not that accurate. This one will be, for example, 1. This one is 2. This one is 3. For example, let's say y equals 3 is here. So I'm going to put this point here. Let's make it bigger. So y equals 3 is here. Well, I'll put 3 so you'll know that it's y. And then we have the x, which is 5. So I'm going to put it here. Let's put the points first. So this is 1. This is 1. Oh, I don't need it that like that. It's going to confuse us. So this is 1. This is 2, 3, 4. Just an example. 5. Okay. Now, x equals 5, so I'm going to put the point on 5, like this. Now, this one is 5. I'm going to write 5 here, so you'll know that this is the x-intercept. Now, we can draw our line using these intercepts, like this, by matching this point to this point. And by that way, we found the line, or we draw the graph that we need, okay? Now, this is the first part, which is draw the line or draw the graph. Now we need to find the gradient. To find the gradient, we can use what? We can use the graph, or we can use the equation. It's up to you. If you have the graph, it's easier to use the graph. Now, we already know that the gradient is what? It's the rise over run, rise over run. Now, the rise is what? The rise is 3. And the run is what? The run is 5. Very good. So the rise is 3 and the run is 5. So I'm going to make it 3, which is the rise. كما قلنا gradient M equals rise over run. You have to write these things. Rise over run. Okay. Good. So gradient equals rise over run. Going to make a line here. Now, you're going to substitute. عارفين إن rise 3 معناها هتيجي 3 over الرن اللي هو 5. Good. Now, the last thing before you finish, you have to know if it's positive or negative. How do you know if it's positive or negative? You always start from the negative part of the x, يعني من الجهة النيجاتيف اللي هي هذه, and you go to the positive side. You go to the positive side. It means you go this side, this way. تمام؟ أنت كل ما تمشي this way, the line goes down. You notice that the line is going down. يعني كل ما تمشي من positive side, or from the 0 to the positive side, from the negative side to the positive side, the line قاعد يمشي down with you. If the line is going down, it means that the gradient is negative. The gradient is negative. It means this one is negative 3 over 5. تمام? Negative 3 over 5. And this is the gradient that we are looking for. Okay. And that's the answer of question B. So,
Mister,
yes, let me first pause
I have a
this.
question.
Um, Question 5. The cost C dollars of hiring a car for D days when on holiday is given by this equation. Now, draw a graph of C against D for 0 to 7. It means let's pretend that this one is D, which is the x-axis, and then we're going to draw a graph using the equation here, okay? Now, let's make some space for that, like here, okay? Let's cover this. Now, I'm going to use this space to draw the graph. As we said, it's going to be from 0 to 7 on the x-axis. So let's make a line here. You have to know how to do these things because they are important. So I'm going to do the graph like this and like this, okay? Now, till now, we don't know if we know that this is from 0 to 7. So basically, it's going to be between 0 and 7. Now, here, we're going to divide this space here into 2 parts. So we're going to do the same idea. We're going to find what? We're going to find the intercepts. يعني ضروري نشتغل بالintercepts. بنرسم ضروري نشتغل بالintercepts. So I'm going to use this equation here, and I'm going to find the intercepts. So here I have what? I have the D. I'm going to call this the D, okay? I'll make more space for it, like here. So this is the D or days, تمام? And this one will be what? This one will be C, the cost. I'll put C here, which is the cost in dollars, okay? Now, I'm going to use this space here to find what? I'm going to find the intercept so I can draw the line or the graph, okay? Now, here I have the equation. I'm going to use it. So C equals 20D plus 50. First thing, I need to find the D-intercept and the C-intercept. And نفس ال X وال Y-intercept, okay? So here, I'm going to find the C-intercept, okay? And here, I'm going to find the D-intercept. D-intercept. Same idea for the c-intercept, the d will be 0. D equals 0. And for the d-intercept, it's the opposite, so c equals 0. Now, I'm going to use the equation with d equals 0, like this. So I'm going to use this and put it in the equation. When d equals 0, c equals what? That's the idea. So here, d equals 0, it means c, let's write the equation, c equals 20 multiplied by the 0. Then a d, 0, right? And then plus 50, like this. Tamam? So 20 multiplied by 0 is going to be what? It's going to be 0, right? Same steps, you follow the same steps like this. هذه تيجي كلها 0. معناها c equals what? C equals 50. C equals 50. Let's hope we have more time. So c equals 50. This is the first thing, which is the c-intercept. تمام؟ Now we do the same here with the d-intercept. C equals 0. معناها هذا حيجي 0. معناها نكتب 0 equals 20d plus 50. تمام؟ And then we're going to take the 50 to this side. So minus 50. Sorry. It's minus 50. This is the d-intercept, yes. Minus 50. Sorry. Wait a minute. Do we have time for this? Yes, I think so. Yes. Bah. Minus 50 equals, yes, I took 50 to this side. So minus 50 equals 20d. And then I need d alone, so I'm going to take the 20 to the other side. I'm going to take this 20 to this side, and here multiplied is going to be divided. معناها d equals what? D equals minus 50 divide 20. Divide 20, تمام? And because it's a fraction, I'm going to write it like this. So it's going to be d equals here. Not here. When I do it with the calculator, d equals minus 5 over 2 is going to be 2.5. تمام? Minus 2.5. So I'm going to do it with the calculator, of course. And here 50 divide 20. I think at 50 divide 20 is going to be 2.5, and in the negative part. It means what in the negative part? It means that we start from 2.5. We start from 2.5 from the negative part. يعني let's put these intercepts now. هيكون عندي شنو؟ هيكون عندي here. Let's hope we have space. This one, I'll make it longer to go to the negative part like this. Right? I don't know if we have time. 7 minutes. Yes, we have to. Okay, so we're going to go to the negative part so we can put the numbers. Let's pretend that we have these numbers here. I'll put them number by number. So this one is 0. This one is -1. This one is -2. Okay. And this one is -2.5. So -2.5 will be over here. Let's make it bigger. So 2.5 and negative is going to be here. Now, this is the d-intercept. And this one is the c-intercept. For the c, we're going to use when we're going to go by 10s or by 50s or by 30s or by 20s, depending on the number you need. Okay. Let's say 50. Bam. We're going to use 20 every 20. مثلا 20. And then 40. And then 60. Still have 6 minutes. That's all we can do it. Okay. And then 80. I think I can save a copy of the picture so to use it now. خلاص, let's see if we can do it. 80, 100, 120, like this. But let's see what happens. Now, after this, I'm going to do what? I'm going to connect the lines. So I'm going to look for this number, which is C50. C50 is over here. C50, so it's going to be over here. And 50 between 60 and 40 over here. Now I'm going to connect these two lines in which I'm going to draw the graph. تمام هنرسم اللاين. I'll make it less thicker so it's going to be like this. هيكون عندي line like this. تمام. I'll try to use it so we can work with it. هيكون اللاين هيك. Let's make it longer so we can use it. This is the line that we're going to use and this is the graph that we drawn. تمام. I'm going to use this to answer questions. But before that, I'm going to put the numbers here. هيكون عندي كم؟ بما أن هذه 1 2 معناها I'm going to go with 1 2 3 like this. تمام. هيكون عندي هنا 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. طبعا هو قال لي عند 7 from 0 to 7 so I put till 7. كما قلنا هنا minus 1 و minus 2 here minus 2 minus 1. تمام. I use them to find what? To find the other side. Minus 2 minus 1. Good. Now I'm gonna do question B because this is A. Draw a graph. We did it. Now question B says what? What is the initial charge before you add on the daily higher charge? Ma'am, what's the initial charge before you add on the daily higher charge? What does that mean? It means أول سعر أو أول رقم تدفع كم before you add the daily. يعني it means on zero what do you pay? That's the idea of question B. لما تشيل الزيرو انت 0 days you pay what? You pay $50. It means the initial charge is $50. So the answer will be $50. Okay? So that's the initial charge. But $50. هذا for question B. So the initial charge that you pay is $50. And then on daily basis you add more money. تمام؟ Good. C. Liam has 160 to spend on her car. She has 160 on her car. For how many days can he hire a car? 160, let's check. Again, 120, بعد 140. I have to do it until 160. And then 160. It's going to be an approximate number because I don't have boxes here. But you understand the idea. خلاص يجي عندك 160, it means you're going to check. You're going to make a line from 160. تمام? You go this way until this one stops you. And then, I'm sorry, until this line stops you. Remove this. Okay. And then you go from it here. And then you check. When you check the days, you'll find out that it's 5.5 days. 5.5 days. So the answer for C is gonna yes.
How do I know if mine's accurate? Like if I drew
You're
the
gonna use
notebook, I
you're gonna use boxes. انت لما تستخدمي boxes في النوت بوك هيكون accurate اكثر من اللي عندنا because I don't have boxes here. Okay. So yours is gonna be accurate. انا مثلا space هذا مش نفس هذا مش نفس هذا لاني I don't have boxes so I'm just explaining the idea. فهنا طلع عندي 5.5 days. Okay. 5.5 days. Good. هذا بالنسبة لسي. What is the cost of hiring a car for 14 days? I need 14 days. Ma'am, 14 days. It means what? It means I'm going to follow the same thing. I'm going to go to the 14 days and check. Or I can double. Maybe I can double. For example, I know that 7 days مثلا 7 days كم ياخذن 7 days؟ هياخذن 100 مثلا and 90 190 فنضرب 190 times 2. I don't think it will work like this. It's easier if you do it on the graph. لأن هي في 50 دينار تدفع الأول وبعدين there's a higher charge. معناها هنا مفروض I don't have time for this. I'm gonna 1 minute. 1 minute means save this PDF. Yes, saved as PDF so we can open it. I'm gonna finish this on the next video because we still have. Let's see if we can do it. Here 14 days هتجدها. It means you're gonna follow it until you get the number here. Okay, until you get the number here. Or I'll give you another example. You can use this. You can use the equation. What do? You put 14 instead of the D. Yes, you can use the equation. معناها هتقول C equals 20 multiplied by 14. Multiplied by 14. تمام؟ And then plus 50. And then you're going to answer it using this equation. معناها 20 times 14 هتجد كم؟ 20. Let's do it. 20 times 14 هتجد 280 plus 50 هتجد 330. معناها C equals $330. تمام؟ $330. And this is how you answer a question like this, about 330. It means you can use the equation here to answer the question. It's not only about the graph, but you can use the equation to answer the question. And this is how you answer question 5. I hope you understood it. We will talk about it more in the next video. If you don't get the idea, let me save it as a PDF. Now I'm going to close this video and then come back to do the rest of the questions, okay? Let's move on.